Russia is stunned today. Ukraine just made a move no one saw coming. Crimea is now in the spotlight. Experts are scrambling. World leaders are silent. Social media is exploding. People are asking one question. Did Ukraine just change the game in Crimea? Stay tuned, because what happens next is unbelievable. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we are diving into one of the most shocking developments in the Russia-Ukraine conflict. Ukraine has reportedly made a massive breakthrough in Crimea, and Russia is stunned by this unexpected turn of events. Analysts around the world are trying to understand the implications of this bold move. Social media platforms are flooded with discussions, videos, and reactions as people try to process the magnitude of this situation. Military experts are examining satellite imagery and intelligence reports, attempting to determine exactly how much territory has changed hands and what this means for future operations. Governments around the globe are issuing statements, expressing concern, and monitoring the situation closely. The world is witnessing a high-stakes scenario unfold in real time. News outlets are publishing live updates, and the general public is glued to every headline. In Crimea, local communities are responding to the news with a mix of hope and fear, unsure what the immediate consequences might be. Strategic analysts are emphasizing the importance of Crimea as a geopolitical hotspot. This sudden advance by Ukraine could reshape regional dynamics, influence negotiations, and affect military planning on both sides. Today, we will break down every aspect of this situation, analyze its potential impact, and explore what might happen next in Crimea and beyond. As we move deeper into the situation, it's important to understand why Crimea has always been a critical region. Strategically located on the Black Sea, Crimea has served as a key military and naval hub for decades. Its ports, infrastructure, and geographic position give whoever controls it significant leverage over the surrounding region. Ukraine's sudden breakthrough has caught Russian forces off guard, disrupting established defensive lines and forcing commanders to reassess their positions. Analysts suggest that this momentum could lead to further advances if Ukraine capitalizes on weaknesses in Russia's deployment. Meanwhile, reports from local sources indicate that residents in the affected areas are experiencing both confusion and relief. Supply routes, communication networks, and emergency services are all being closely monitored as civilians adapt to rapidly changing circumstances. International organizations have also started evaluating the humanitarian implications of these developments, ensuring that aid and support are ready if needed. On the diplomatic front, world leaders are watching carefully, as any misstep could escalate tensions in the region. Military experts are discussing potential countermeasures, defensive strategies, and the long-term impact on Russia's presence in Crimea. The speed of this breakthrough has shocked many, with experts emphasizing that rapid decision-making and strategic planning will determine the next phase of this conflict. As we continue, we'll examine the specific areas impacted, the key military movements, and what this means for the larger war effort in Ukraine and beyond. The impact of Ukraine's breakthrough in Crimea is being felt across multiple fronts. On the military side, Russian forces are reportedly scrambling to reinforce key positions, while Ukrainian troops are pushing forward with carefully planned maneuvers. Satellite imagery and intelligence reports indicate that several strategic towns and checkpoints have shifted control, signaling a major change in the balance of power. Experts warn that the pace of these developments is faster than many predicted, which could create both opportunities and challenges for Ukraine. Meanwhile, civilians in affected areas are navigating a complex environment of shifting authorities, heightened security measures, and uncertainty about their immediate future. Humanitarian organizations are closely monitoring the situation, preparing to provide assistance in areas where access may become difficult. The international community is reacting cautiously, with leaders urging calm and emphasizing the need for dialogue while also condemning any escalation of violence. Social media platforms are buzzing with updates, eyewitness reports, and viral videos, giving the world a real-time look at the unfolding events. Economically, the region is seeing disruptions in trade, transport, and essential services, highlighting the far-reaching consequences of territorial changes. Analysts stress that Crimea is more than just a symbolic victory. It has tangible implications for logistics, military strategy, and diplomacy. Understanding these dynamics is crucial as the conflict evolves. In the following sections, we'll break down the reactions from Russia, Ukraine, and global leaders, along with potential scenarios for the coming weeks. In addition to military and civilian impacts, Ukraine's breakthrough in Crimea is creating major political ripples across the globe. Governments are issuing statements, calling for restraint, and urging all parties to avoid further escalation. Diplomats are convening emergency meetings to assess the implications of these developments for regional security. Russia, in particular, is facing both internal and external pressure, as the unexpected advance exposes vulnerabilities in its defense strategies and challenges its control over critical areas. Ukrainian leaders, on the other hand, are highlighting the success as a demonstration of strategic planning, resilience, and the determination of their forces. International organizations are monitoring the situation closely, focusing on both humanitarian aid and potential sanctions or diplomatic measures that could influence the ongoing conflict. Analysts are evaluating possible outcomes, including shifts in alliances, adjustments in military deployments, and the potential for negotiations to take place under newly altered circumstances. Economically, the region is experiencing volatility, with supply chains disrupted and key transport routes affected. The social response is equally significant, as communities in Crimea and nearby regions react to changing realities, expressing both hope and concern about the future. Media coverage is intense, with news outlets providing continuous updates and expert commentary. Understanding these political, social, and economic dimensions is essential to fully grasp the impact of Ukraine's advance. In the next section, we will examine the specific military strategies employed and the tactical innovations that have made this breakthrough possible. Military analysts are closely studying the tactics and strategies behind Ukraine's breakthrough in Crimea. Reports indicate that Ukrainian forces utilized a combination of rapid maneuvering, precision strikes, and effective intelligence to outflank Russian positions. Commanders appear to have carefully identified weak points in the defense lines, coordinating infantry, artillery, and specialized units to maximize their impact. Drones and advanced surveillance equipment played a critical role in mapping out enemy positions, allowing Ukrainian forces to plan with unprecedented accuracy. Russian troops, in contrast, are struggling to adapt to these fast-paced operations, with some units reportedly isolated or cut off from supplies. Logistics experts emphasize that controlling supply routes and communication networks is as crucial as holding territory, and Ukraine's forces have made significant gains in this area. Analysts suggest that maintaining momentum will be key, as any slowdown could give Russian forces a chance to regroup and counterattack. On the ground, soldiers are reportedly working under intense pressure, facing both natural obstacles and resistance from entrenched defenders. Local residents are witnessing military maneuvers firsthand, with many expressing relief, while others remain concerned about potential escalation. International observers are paying attention to the methods used, noting how this breakthrough could influence tactics in other regions. Understanding these operational details provides crucial insight into how Ukraine managed to secure such a significant advantage in Crimea. The next section will explore the reactions from Russian leadership and how they are planning to respond. Russian leadership's reaction to Ukraine's breakthrough in Crimea has been swift and intense. Reports indicate that Moscow is convening emergency meetings with top military officials to evaluate the situation and formulate a response. Analysts suggest that the unexpected loss of strategic positions has caused significant concern within Russia's command structure, prompting rapid reassessment of both tactical deployments and long-term strategies. State media has been highlighting defensive measures while emphasizing resilience, attempting to maintain public confidence despite the setbacks. Meanwhile, intelligence sources suggest that additional troops and resources are being redirected to reinforce critical areas, signaling a possible counteroffensive in the near future. Politically, Russian officials are under pressure to respond decisively as domestic opinion and international scrutiny increase. Diplomats from allied countries are reportedly in contact with Moscow to gauge the potential implications for regional stability and global relations. Economic considerations also come into play, as maintaining control over Crimea has direct consequences for trade, resource management, and infrastructure. Observers note that Russia's response will likely involve a mix of military, political, and propaganda strategies to regain strategic advantage and reassure both domestic and international audiences. At the same time, Ukraine is capitalizing on the momentum, consolidating its gains and preparing for potential counterattacks. Understanding Russia's multifaceted response is crucial for predicting the next phase of this conflict. In the following section, we will examine how international powers are reacting and what global implications may unfold as a result of this breakthrough. The international community is closely monitoring Ukraine's breakthrough in Crimea, as the event carries significant global implications. World leaders have expressed concern, calling for calm and emphasizing the importance of dialogue to prevent further escalation. NATO officials are reportedly assessing the situation, evaluating how this development might affect regional security and alliance strategies. European nations are discussing potential humanitarian support, ensuring that aid can reach civilians affected by the conflict. Meanwhile, The United States and other allies are analyzing military intelligence to determine how to support Ukraine while avoiding direct confrontation with Russia. Global markets are also reacting, with energy prices and trade flows experiencing fluctuations due to the heightened tension in the region. Analysts suggest that this breakthrough may influence diplomatic negotiations, potentially shifting the balance of power in ongoing talks about territorial control and security agreements. Social media continues to amplify the situation, providing real-time updates, images, and videos that capture the dramatic changes on the ground. Experts are highlighting that Crimea's strategic location and military importance make it a focal point for global attention. Humanitarian organizations remain on high alert, preparing contingency plans to respond if the conflict intensifies. Understanding the international response is key to predicting how the situation will evolve, both in Crimea and across Eastern Europe. In the next section, we will dive into the social and civilian impact, exploring how local populations are coping with these rapid and unprecedented changes in their environment. The social and civilian impact of Ukraine's breakthrough in Crimea is profound and far-reaching. Local communities are experiencing a mix of emotions, ranging from relief and hope to fear and uncertainty. Families are adjusting to sudden changes in governance and military presence, while schools, hospitals, and essential services are striving to continue operations under challenging circumstances. Reports indicate that some residents are moving to safer areas, seeking security and stability as the situation unfolds. Communication networks and transportation routes are closely monitored, with authorities prioritizing access to vital supplies and emergency services. Humanitarian organizations are stepping in to provide aid, including food, medical support, and shelter, ensuring that vulnerable populations are protected. Social media has become a critical tool for civilians, enabling them to share real-time updates, report on local conditions, and connect with loved ones during this turbulent time. Psychologists and social workers emphasize the importance of mental health support, as prolonged stress and uncertainty can have lasting effects on communities. Economically, small businesses and local markets are adapting to disruptions in supply chains and fluctuating demand, while residents navigate financial challenges caused by instability. Understanding the human dimension of this breakthrough is essential to fully grasp its consequences. In the following section, we will explore the technological and strategic innovations employed by Ukraine, highlighting how these advancements played a key role in achieving this remarkable milestone in Crimea. Technological and strategic innovations have played a crucial role in Ukraine's breakthrough in Crimea, reshaping the dynamics of the conflict. Analysts report that the Ukrainian military has effectively utilized advanced drone technology for reconnaissance, targeting, and real-time battlefield intelligence. These unmanned systems have provided critical insights into Russian positions, allowing Ukrainian forces to plan precise and coordinated strikes while minimizing risk to personnel. Additionally, cyber capabilities and electronic warfare have disrupted enemy communications, creating confusion and limiting Russia's ability to respond effectively. Strategic planning has also been key, with commanders implementing flexible tactics that capitalize on terrain, weather conditions, and intelligence reports. Coordination between infantry, artillery, and armored units has been executed with precision, highlighting the importance of well-trained and disciplined forces in modern warfare. Logistics innovations have ensured that supplies, reinforcements, and medical support reach the front lines without interruption, maintaining momentum during crucial operations. Analysts note that these technological and strategic advancements not only explain Ukraine's recent success, but may also influence future military operations in the region. International observers are paying close attention, as lessons learned here could impact global defense strategies and military planning. By understanding these innovations, one can appreciate the complexity and sophistication behind Ukraine's actions in Crimea. In the final section, we will discuss the possible future scenarios, predictions from experts, and what this breakthrough could mean for the ongoing conflict and the broader geopolitical landscape. As we reach the final section, it's time to consider the possible future scenarios following Ukraine's breakthrough in Crimea. Experts are divided on how the conflict may unfold, with some predicting continued momentum for Ukrainian forces and potential further territorial gains. Others caution that Russian countermeasures, reinforcements, and strategic adjustments could slow or even reverse progress. Analysts emphasize that diplomacy, international pressure, and negotiations will play a pivotal role in shaping the next phase of the conflict. Economically, the region will continue to experience disruptions, affecting trade, transport, and local livelihoods. Socially, civilians will need ongoing support, with humanitarian organizations remaining active to address immediate and long-term needs. From a military perspective, Maintaining strategic advantages, protecting supply lines, and ensuring troop readiness will be crucial for Ukraine to consolidate its gains. International powers are watching closely, considering both the risks and opportunities presented by this development. It is clear that the breakthrough in Crimea is more than a single event. It represents a turning point that could redefine regional stability and influence geopolitical calculations worldwide. As always, staying informed and analyzing developments critically is key to understanding the broader implications. If you found this breakdown insightful, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe so you never miss updates on this ongoing story. Share your thoughts below. What do you think will happen next in Crimea?